It's your boy Hard Conversation. As you can see, guys, I am solo, not the usual backdrop. My boy I.K.H.C is out right now, so I'm holding it down. So please like and subscribe. All of our stuff is down here below as usual, guys. Shout out to my boy Hard Knees on his way back from California. I believe as we speak or very soon, so we'll be seeing him back on the show. Can't wait to get to it, but we want to do this video. First of all, guys, we want to thank you guys for coming out and watching our subscriber special video. Shout out to our subscriber special. So we're going to do things like that all the time, guys. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, let us know in the comment section. We will do a video about it, guys. We appreciate the continued love and support for the channel, guys. As you guys continue to show support, we continue to grow, guys. We're going to create this huge base, guys, where we're all able to talk about real NBA talk, because that's what we do. So let's dive right in. You guys know we do shows every Wednesday and every Sunday. We reserve the Wednesdays for deeper topics that you guys pose as the fans of the show, and then we save Sundays for just basketball, essentially. So whatever's going on at that point, and the biggest thing has been the playoffs. The playoffs are pretty far along. Everybody's in there at least third game, fourth game. As I record this, today is Sunday, so I think the game we just finished was the Warriors and the Pelicans, and then Houston and Jazz are also playing tonight. So those games, the Warriors won. They beat the Pelicans. I'll get into that in a second. Houston and Jazz have not started yet, so that one I'll be just predicting, essentially. So shout out to the boy Hard Knees. Make it home safe, Playboy. Let's dive right into it. So we're going to start with this series, guys. Now, me and Ice Knees both told you guys we did not believe in this team from the get-go, guys. The Raptors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. I told you guys I do not trust the Raptors. They needed to show me that they are not afraid of LeBron and they are not afraid of the Cavs, because we told you guys in this predictions video, the playoffs a few weeks ago, Eastern Conference, that I had zero faith in them, okay? They played down. Every time they play against the Cavs, it's almost like they forget how to play basketball. They make all of the little mistakes. They don't come through clutch. Their two biggest superstars, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, always underperform, and they seem to shrink or diminish when the pressure and the lights are on. And it's been consistent the last 2 to 3 seasons, and I just had no faith in the fact that, okay, you won almost 60 games this year, but first of all, you struggled in the first round. I think they beat the Wizards 4-2, so it was 6 games. I think without John Wall for 1 or 2 of the games. And then, right now they're struggling with Cleveland. They have no answer for LeBron. LeBron owns this team. He is 11-2, I think, in the last 3 or 4 postseasons against them. Okay, this is ridiculous. Like, he completely, and I don't want to diminish LeBron. He completely and utterly is dismantling and destroying this team single-handedly. Now, I know Kevin Love has also played a big part in that. He's contributing a lot. I think Kevin Love was averaging like 25 and 11 in this series. So he's playing at a Kevin Love Minnesota Timberwolves pace right now. But LeBron James, this is the LeBron James that the entire NBA fears, all right? This is the LeBron James that me and Ice Knees acknowledge as being one of the most devastating basketball players of all time. This LeBron James we're seeing in this series, this LeBron James, the fadeaways, the tough defense, the clutch shots, the not shying down and not backing away from the spotlight, taking those shots, dismantling teams in a variety of different ways, overpowering, diminishing the entire team. It's been a beautiful sight to see, people. And I love beautiful basketball. And I told you guys, we ride on LeBron a lot because we just want to let his greatness speak for itself, okay? I'm a huge Kobe fan, all right? Let LeBron James be great, fans. Do not over penis suck. Let him be great. His play will talk for itself. Every time LeBron James takes a doo-doo, you guys throw it out there that he's the first ever to take a doo-doo at 3 o'clock eating pancakes on a toilet made out of wood with diamond toilet paper. Come on, people, let's get it together now. Let the man be great. That's all me and Ice Knees ask, okay? But don't put other people's oars down in order to prop his up. That's not needed. It's not needed, all right? Anyway, moving on from that series, me and Ice Knees had no faith in the Raptors. So moving on from that, Celtics 76ers. Now, this kind of caught me off guard due to the fact, folks, that we came into this game, the 76ers beat the Miami Heat, I believe 4-1 or 4-2. I think they 4-1 though, okay? and with mid difficulty. It wasn't very difficult to beat a solid Miami team. Now, we obviously knew the Celtics were a well-coached team, but on top of the fact that you're coming in riding the backs of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all young players, Terry Rozier stepped up big. Al Horford has truly looked like the all-star in this series, that he was tabbed or all-NBA player as he was awarded or voted this year. With Joel Embiid finally being able to come back and play, Ben Simmons looking like a young LeBron James or young Magic Johnson doing these amazing things. His role has been diminished. His level of play has not been there. Now, I'm not going to ride on him too much because he is a rookie. He is a younger player, so there's a lot of things to learn. This is his first foray into the playoffs. So adversity is really new for a lot of those guys. They do got a couple veteran guys like J.J. Redick who've been in the playoffs, but not a whole lot of veterans on the team, so you can expect a couple trip-ups there along the way. So, but the Celtics, Brad Stevens. I cannot give enough credit to Brad Stevens and the way that team has responded to Brad Stevens. Terry Rozier playing out of his mind. Jason Tatum playing like he's been in the league for 3 or 4 years. Jaylen Brown, looking like a legitimate all-star player. Even though he did get hurt, which he had to take a step back. But prior to that, he was playing like a legitimate all-star player. So they got that team rocking and rolling. Al Horford finally looking like the all-star. What can you say? Brad Stevens got those guys rolling. They're up 3-0 right now. Looking to close out in Philly. I'm thinking Philly's going to win that game only because they're fighting for their lives, and when you're that young, you don't know any better. So I feel like you're going to go out, you're going to play loose, and I think they can steal a game. Ben Simmons definitely is not going to score 1 point again. Now, let the memes fly. But I'm not going to hold it against him. He is a young guy. So, New Orleans and Golden State. Now, this series started off no Steph Curry, so people are like, okay, this can be something because how decidedly that the Pelicans beat the Blazers, and everybody kind of just, I don't know, I think we're a lot spoiled by the Warriors. I think that everybody kind of just, they're the Warriors, and eventually they look beatable this year. They hadn't won at a consistent pace towards the end of the year. They were kind of up and down. People are like, okay, this is the time to beat these guys, and then they flip a switch tonight. KD went off for 38. Steph had a solid game. Clay had a decent game. Dre had an okay game. Nobody really. But KD, one of the big four guys, they're the only team where if you got your first option, your second option not going, your third option can legitimately win you the game by itself. That being Kevin Durant, Steph, or depending on what you value, Steph, Kevin Durant, then Clay. Clay is admittedly the third option on the team. Him and Draymond kind of go up and down depending on what you value. Draymond is a heart and soul of the team, but I think offensively, Clay is going to give you a little bit more. So, Anthony Davis, him and Drew look great. I believe game 2 that they pulled out, or 3. I think it was game 3 they pulled out the first game in New Orleans. They blew out the Warriors, and everybody's like, oh my God, here they come. These are the Warriors. Drew had a great game. AD went off, but you guys got to understand that Steve Kerr is a master coach, great at making adjustments. You're not going to keep all of those guys quiet every game. And that's the difficult part about playing them. And when you got KD going off, hitting fadeaway jumpers, knocking down impossible shots, standstill threes, right in Anthony Davis's mug, what can you do? They blew him out. I think today they won by at least 15, I believe. And that game really wasn't all that close. So, what can you say? That team is scary as hell. Everybody, we're going to talk about this next series, but everybody talks about the road that LeBron is on. I think LeBron is definitely on a mission, and I think he's been the most consistent single player in the entire playoffs, right along with like KD, right along with Anthony Davis, and those other guys. But I think he's on a tear right now, and I honestly think that as great as Boston is, I don't know what the level of play LeBron is playing at right now, and the level of confidence he has, and the way that team is playing. It's only 2 days. Don't get me wrong, it's 3 games. I'm sorry, but with the way they're playing right now, they're going to be tough to deal with. And there's a lot of young guys in Boston, and LeBron James, he's looking like nothing's going to be able to stop him from at least getting to the finals. Now, when you run into either the Rockets or the Warriors, I think the Rockets have a great shot at beating the Cavs simply because you have a guy in James Harden who can do some of the similar things that LeBron James does to a same effect. So he can, in fact, negate, LeBron may turn around and have 38, 14, and 9. James Harden will mess around and have 32, 12, and 15. And they'll completely negate what LeBron does on the other end. He'll put up 45, 9, and 9. As you saw them play against him this year in the regular season, they completely blew the Cavs out, I believe, both games. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe both games weren't very close. This is pre-lineup change and also post-lineup change, so I don't know how that would fare, but the Warriors are those people once again. I think that they're just going to dominate. I mean, I don't think that even LeBron playing at his all-time great level right now, I think he's great enough to push them to 6 or 7 games and make it a series, but I think undoubtedly, I think Steph's on a mission. I think Steph's going to go on a run very soon. I think KD's on a mission to say, hey, guys, I know we stumbled later on in the season, but we're still the team to beat in the playoffs. So last series, we got Houston, we got Jazz. Jazz being one of my most favorite and surprising teams this playoff, guys. I love watching those guys play and compete. They're a great coach with Kirk Snyder, one of the Coach of the Year candidates in the NBA this year. Donovan Mitchell, my rookie of the year, because he really is a rookie, but he plays like he's been in the league 10 years at least. This guy is savvy. This guy is not afraid of the big moment. He's not afraid to play defense. He's not afraid he's cocky. He has a little bit of swagger in him. He has that Mamba mentality, as he alluded to the other night, saying he watched and, studied Kobe's detail and the Kobe special, if you have not seen it, that's on YouTube right now, and just break down the series, and he wants to constantly get himself in that mode. So he wants to mimic one of the great players like Kobe Bryant. So he's been phenomenal. Joe Ingles, man, my guy. Joe Ingles, man, looking like a diet Larry Bird out there, man, for real. Just out there knocking down shots, doing his job. He's provided toughness. I mean, he's punked Paul George. He's played against some of the toughest defensive assignments in the Empire. I mean, you deal with Paul George in the first round, then you turn around and have to deal with, like a James Harden and a Chris Paul pick and roll with Capella. You have to take on some of those tough assignments. Even though he doesn't normally guard, I don't think, James Harden one-on-one, but I think he does switch off on him, and he does a very good job at that. But he does his role. Rudy Gobert looking great. They're a great rebounding team. They're great defensively, very sound team, and that's why I think Houston's having such a difficult time, because if Harden's not going off and Chris Paul is playing pedestrian or vice versa, they can be beaten. I mean, you had Eric Gordon go off the other night, so you do have a lot of pieces, a lot of shooters there, but they can be negated if the pace isn't quite their normal pace. If you're able to slow the game down, rebound the ball well, maybe slow it down a little bit, you can get them out of their role. So that's harder to do with the Warriors, I think, because of the offensive weapons, because you have 3 to 4 guys who are going to do anything and everything to win, whereas you got literally 2 here. I mean, Capella, he's a pick and roll guy. He eats a lot off of what Chris Paul and James Harden create, but you can't throw to Capella and say, hey, ISO, give me 10 points straight. He'll catch 10 points straight off of lobs, but it'll be based on what Chris Paul and James Harden do. Anyway, so that's pretty much it, guys. We just wanted to talk about that. Now, once again, shout out to my boy I.K.H.C. He is on his way back from California as we speak, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the videos, guys. Let us know that in the comment section what you want to see from us, guys. Any other topic, let us know. Post the video, guys. Oh, also catch us down here below, as I said before, Twitter and Instagram, guys. He runs the Instagram, essentially. I run the Twitter. We're always on trying to just generate debate and discussions and things and topics, and letting our subscribers and followers know what they want. So let us know, guys. See you later. Peace out.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account.